So most creators get views, but never capture the details of those viewers. Their viewers may arrive, watch their content, leave, and never come back. That to me is a broken system. The view count and the subscribers may go up, but the email list stays flat. Now, if this is happening to you, then it's pretty difficult to build a business off of the back. So I've been creating content for this YouTube channel for over 3 years now. Whilst subscribers are great, revenue is better. And I've managed to create or generate over 90% of my business revenue from my YouTube channel. So in this video, I'm going to show you my exact system on how I turn YouTube viewers into email subscribers and then down the line into customers. So here I am on my YouTube channel, and if you are creating content for YouTube, that's great, but your key metric should not be subscribers. Subscribers is a byproduct of you putting content out there and getting engagement, but my strategy is to try and get emails so you can build that business. So there are 5 main steps that I'm going to walk you through today, and it all starts with your content. Now, let me make a differentiator right off the bat. I see YouTube, Google, Pinterest all as search engines. I see all other platforms online for social as a very different beast. Whereas you're trying to pattern interrupt if you want to get in front of someone on a social platform, but you're waiting for people to search and YouTube actually recommend your content in the search engine. So first of all, if you are creating content for socials, that's great. It does work. You've just got to give it what it needs. So my strategy or my non-negotiable is one long form piece of video content every week. And after and only after I do some keyword research to understand what people are searching for. So once you have a good idea about what people are searching for within your niche, and you can create content to serve up to those people, you've got to look at how to create that content. So I break this down very simply, looking at the content itself. I teach my students, it is a 5-part system. So here is the hook. You need to hook people into the video and confirm that they are in the right place. Then you introduce what you're going to be talking about in this video. So have a look at my first 30 seconds to 1 minute. Then it's the main content. So here I'm going to teach you these 5 steps over the course of this video. And then if they stay to the end, there might be a bonus or a call to action. And that is the next logical step that you want to guide people on that journey. If they watch all the way to the end of your video, it just means something has resonated with them. They've got value from your content. And that is the perfect place to offer them the next logical step. And that is when you introduce your lead magnet or your lead capture system. So a lead magnet is basically like either some free training or a downloadable PDF or some Audible. And it is simply a way of them to go deeper on a specific piece of content from what you've already been consuming. So if this video here, I'm going to go into the first one here. This is a video that I've produced, how to use Hotjar effectively. This is just a piece of software that you can put onto your website to actually see how people navigate your website. So it might be a good idea to install this on your website if you're trying to encourage viewers engage in your website and convert into either email subscribers or even customers. So have a really good think about how you could create a lead magnet. It has to be attractive. It has to be juicy enough for people to pay you with their email address. So for example, if you were in the fitness niche, you could say have some sort of 90-day training program. If you were to start out, I would probably say have a PDF lead magnet. They're really, really easy to set up and quite hard to break. It's just a downloadable PDF, and have that action out the next logical step that is pan your business. So it's across all of your business. And as your business grows, you can then add on more specific lead magnets for people to take action with. So for this video, like I said, it is my tools checklist. So it is a simple checklist for people to download and check off to see whether they are using any of my free or paid tools. So now you've got an idea of how to create the content and what content to create, and an idea about how to create a lead magnet or what type of lead magnet to create. But then how do you bridge that gap? My recommendation would be calling them to action all the way throughout this video. So as previously mentioned, you could invite them to take the next step towards the latter stage of your video and invite them to click and download a free guide. Now you could also do that in some areas like the description. As you can see, I've put a link in the description before they even click more. If they click more, I've also put it down at the bottom, a link in the description here that just opens up my free PDF guide landing page. And as you've been talking to them in the video, I would encourage them and call them to action verbally. You can even have some graphics on your screen, and you can have end screens and click out cards here that you can actually make them have a look and download free tools checklist. And then this would take them over to your landing page. So the main aim of all of your pieces of content is to engage them and then to offer to go through to the next step, the next logical step for them if they want to learn more from you. So there's multiple places where you can put your link so you can invite people over to your website. And top tip, don't send them over to your homepage because there's multiple directions they can go from your homepage. Send them to a specific landing page. And in this case, a squeeze page. A squeeze page is simply a page where you can either input your details or leave. There's nowhere else to go on this landing page, hence a squeeze page. So I'm just collecting name, email, and I ask them one question about where they are in their business. And that is it. So the idea of this landing page is to convert, i.e. to get the email from somebody and then deliver the free piece of media. Now, try not to put too much on your landing page. As you can see, sometimes less is more. All I want people to do is input their details and then go and get the thing that they wanted. And if you're wondering how I created this landing page, it's a simple landing page in my platform of choice, which is Kajabi. And if you wanted to take Kajabi out for a spin, this is a platform you can build your entire online business on. You can build out products, you can build out your domain, you can add courses, coaching, community, and you can even add a payment integration. So if you wanted to check it out, I'll put a link down below so you can take it out for a free 30-day trial. So the last step of this process, I'm going to show you exactly what happens once that email is captured, and this happens within Kajabi. So a form here under the marketing tab, if you have got Kajabi, this is just a tools opt-in. So this is how I build out the form. I've just got the internal title, the single opt-in, the fields that I want to collect, and then some automations I've added on at the bottom. Now more on the automations in a second, but this is how I build out the form. Then I embed it into a landing page. So if I was to go and have a look at this landing page and then pop this open in a new tab, you can see this is the exact landing page that I've just shown you here. But you can have a look at the conversion rate. So if I was to go in and have a look at view page analytics, this form is converting at about a 20% opt-in rate, which is decent. Anything above that is pretty good. Anything below that, you should try and optimize your landing page. So out of 100 people that landing on here, I'm getting 20 or 19 emails out of every 100. So back to the form then, once somebody actually submits that form and hands over their email, I automate the delivery of that free PDF in this case. So once the form is submitted, I've set up an automation that's going to send an email, and you can see that in the flow of all the automations here. And then once that email is sent, they're going to just be delivered to this link. And then that link is going to take them to an AWS form. They can just download that PDF. So that's the email captured, the media sent over to them, but then there's got to be some sort of follow-up. So you can position your services, your offers, your products down the line. So what I do then is within Kajabi, again, I have an email sequence here and I have triggers. So if anyone opts into any of these forms, it then triggers my welcome sequence or my new subscriber sequence over time. As you can see, this has got like 50% open rate, 44, 41, 39. This is probably going to be your biggest conversion in terms of opening emails from you because people have just discovered you. They've got the free piece of media. This is your chance to nurture them over time and then surprise and delight, or even position some of your most relevant paid products or services. So here you can see I'm going into an email and I'm positioning my coaching services. So that's it. You've got those 5 steps, how to create your content, what lead magnet to actually create as the next step, how to link them up to your landing page, what type of landing page to build and how to capture that email, and then how to follow up with them over email over time to get that sale or to make sure that relationship is staying nurtured. Now, this is just how I capture email addresses from my YouTube video content, but if you wanted to see the entire business model I've created over these last few years, you can head to timpeakman.com/workshop, where I pull back the curtain. I break down all the steps you need to take in order to get your first $1,000 of recurring revenue online. It's the workshop or the system that I wish I had when I first started out this online business. That link once more, timpeakman.com/workshop. It's on demand, so you can get immediate access. Hopefully you found this video helpful, and I look forward to seeing you on the very next one.